If you try and copy everything, then how will you ever know what's really you? So don't build the table without the rule book, you know? Just go, go.
Yeah. E aí, pessoal, tudo bom? Aqui é a Pamela Mava, da Rolling Stone, e daqui a pouquinho eu vou entrevistar o Harry Kirton, de Peaky Blinders. A gente vai falar um pouquinho sobre a carreira dele, seus próximos passos na música, porque ele tem muita coisa pra dizer, e também um pouquinho sobre a série em si. Então confira aí. Harry, thank you so much for being here with us today. We are very happy to be talking with you. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think that's okay.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, don't be nervous. I'm very excited to be here.
And we love Peaky Blinders, so we are really excited to be talking with you and about the series too. But I would like to start asking about your experience here in Brazil. It's your first time here, right? So I would like to ask you how it has been. It has been your expectations a little bit better or a little bit?
I didn't have a huge expectation either way, you know. I've always wanted to travel the world. I didn't know enough about South America, but Brazil had always fascinated me. Now that I'm here, I wish I'd known before. It's a very beautiful place. I feel like I'm inside of a dream or a painting. I wasn't too shocked. You know, people say culture shock. I had kind of prepared myself for everything, but then I was so pleasantly surprised because I love nature, and it was like a city in a jungle. The trees, even the trees had decorations. Even the telephone wires had plants all over them. So I feel like a childhood fantasy of mine had come to life. The land is beautiful. Your food is surprising. I didn't realize what we'd been missing out on in England. So there's many things. The people are lovely. People are very nice. I know everywhere you have nasty people, nice people, but I notice people are genuine with their affection. British people do, but it's more of oh, okay, you know. But it's all to the individual. Anywhere you go, right? Yeah. But so maybe it's just the men I'm with. The men are very comfortable at being showing affection, which is what I'm like and my friends are like. So your people, your food, your land, it seems very rich. And you started acting in Peaky Blinders when you were 15 years old, right? Yeah. How was for you beginning so young, and how was for you growing up with the series? I think the naivety of what it was in terms of in the spotlight thing of you're entering into the series, do you know what you're getting into? I was still in the state of mind when I was in the schoolroom, in the classroom, you know. I had very little experience. I've always had a great sense of curiosity, and I don't really back down from those types of challenges. So I think the combination just allowed me to kind of flow into it. Then when I realized what I'd sort of gotten myself into, I'd already done it once before, so there was it felt like I'd been here for a while, even though I hadn't. But there was so much to learn. Yeah, there was types of stuff that I had to learn. That I went from being in a school environment with people my age that probably didn't even act my age, probably acted way younger, and Birmingham is still quite a rough and tumble type place. Then I'm in London, I'm in Liverpool, these other cities with adults who are at a high caliber of their craft and the writing, all of it, you know, the team I got to work with is just, it's an honor, you know. Yeah. And then I got sort of woven into the fabric and molded and taught things, and just wow, it's changed my life. More so for me as a person inside, but obviously in terms of people knowing me and the career.
Yeah. Did you expect it to have the huge success that it has today?
Sometimes quality isn't respected how it should be, and it takes time. But quality doesn't fade easy. So whether it took a very long time or whether it was recognized rather immediately, the quality of all the individuals who made it, I think, would warrant a lot of attention. You know, the filmmaking, the music, the writing, the actors. It's very true to the culture that is in England.
Yeah.
Even though time has passed by, it's obviously not just highly relatable to those in the UK, across the world. I think it had to gain the respect of my people first, which it did, before it carried on.
You started the series, in the season 2. And you like got the part of another actor, sort of. So how it was for you starting to act at all in a part that was already portrayed by another person? How was like?
Oh yeah,
this?
Yeah. I never got to meet him, but I actually, it's a strange story. I think I met him when I went to the very first read-through. We stopped doing those. We stopped doing read-throughs. But when in season 2, I went to London, did a read-through, and I did a bit of research. My parents helped me do a bit of research to who played him. But the role didn't have, it was very gradual, even for me. So there wasn't a lot of content, and I don't know how much stuff he'd filmed before. And because I was young, I wasn't really doing that type of research, you know?
Of course.
So, yeah, I think I saw him. I think we saw him when I went through this read-through, but he was doing something for something else, I think. And I said to Paul, who I didn't even know at the time, I said, Paul, isn't that the guy that plays like
me?
Yeah. And his face lit up and was like, I don't know. I think it was. And then he grabbed Joe and pulled him, and they both saw him from a distance, but he was on his way out. So even now, I think I actually might have met him, maybe. But it wasn't too strange because how many years passed by, you know? I felt like there was a new room. He was a child, I was becoming a teenager. Yeah. So it's like you already redefine yourself.
And you had like the room to make Finn whatever you would like him to be, right? It was like, of course, there was the script, of course. Yeah. But he was like your impersonation of the figure, so. Yeah,
they gave me room. They gave me a lot of room to do that. But also there was a great guideline. I hadn't dared stray from the writing or what the director said until many, many years later, probably not even until the last season, you know, of really being like, and genuinely understanding, I hope anyway. Anthony might say otherwise, but all the directors were a key part in my growth. I really got to the understanding at the end there, and me and Anthony, the director, really he helped me a lot. We connected, I knew what I was doing, I'm older, I understand life more, so as Finn grew, I grew.
And I think that is really amazing because you like saw Finn growing up and Finn grew up with you as well, so it was like an organic process, I figure.
Yeah, the understanding of like, we're both from Birmingham, we're both obviously look like me. And we're both basically the same age. He actually ended up being a bit older than me as time went on, only by a little bit. He was a rather gentle soul, but surrounded by like hounds, you know, like by soldiers, who also, I think, they're well-rounded people, I think, these characters. I mean, obviously they are figments of the writer's imagination. The scenarios and all the silhouettes and everything is based on rather true stories, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's good maybe the way it ended. Let's see if he takes time to actually find out who he really is, not in this forceful environment. What was your question?
No, it's answered. Yeah. No, and I would like to, no problem. I would like to ask about the ending of the series, because the series as a TV series is like ended right now, as well we know. I don't know if there's something more, but it's going to be a movie, right? That is going to be okay.
No, I actually genuinely don't know. I think they might leave it a few years. I think it's too hot right now. You know,
it's from this year, right? The last season.
Yeah. I think even the process. I think I might be completely wrong. They might have already started. I don't know, but we shall see. Yeah. So I wonder where they'll go with it. Honestly, I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah. And it's a big stories, right? So there's a lot of places to go from now on. So
yeah, there's a lot of characters to follow. I'm not saying this just to say this, but there's my character, like, you know what I mean? Half of the main cast are dead, and half of them, a third are dead, a third are crazy, and then there's maybe just like Finn and one other person who's like still with it. And the younger generation, there's that, like, you could see where the younger generation goes. They could do the whole thing of like having a prequel, or like way in the future, you know, maybe it'll be
or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much. Maybe they'll do all of it. Maybe they'll do like a new series, but do it more like individual films. Where did Finn go? I'm giving away the source, and I don't even know what's happening.
No, but I would like to ask you about where would you like Finn to go? Because in the end of the series, Finn got a little bit like a terrible moment, like being banned from the family. So, did you like this ending for him? And where would you like him to go from now on, if you could choose something?
It was a bit of a shock. I was happy and I was sad, because I was happy Finn stood up for what he wanted and his principles. I was upset that he hadn't quite clocked on to what was really going on until such a late stage. But they always said Finn wasn't the smartest person, like book smart. I would like to see him maybe go into the gypsy life and follow his roots of, I think he had a special connection with his Aunt Polly, and I think he just needs space. I would like to see him stay alive, not just like, even if it was a book written about him, you know, I don't have to even be in this, even though I'd love to at a much later stage. That's his own conversation, because I don't want to just be Peaky Blinders Harry, you know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
So I would like to know his journey without me, almost, in a way. But if they're going to do a movie in like 5 years, then I would like to do that, because we'd still be hopefully a similar age.
Yeah, of course.
And I think a good solo journey from violence and turmoil and blood and all these things, deceit and just the madness that was the Peaky Blinders. I would like to see Finn go on more of a spiritual journey and try and create his own family, and like he had a wife and stuff, and probably going to have kids, and see what lessons he can teach them and things he can learn.
In his own journey, right?
Yeah,
not
in his own way, not so a healthier life, you know, a more stoic, more spiritual life maybe.
And after all these years portraying Finn and like being in the series and knowing that, at least in England and other places in the world, like where people talk in English, for example, Peaky Blinders is already a huge series, but did you know it had so much success here in Brazil? Did you expect it?
I had a feeling, because a lot of people that recognize me even when I'm home are like Italians, Indians, Pakistanis, a lot of Hispanic people. There was a group of Mexican tourists. This is the first time this has happened. There was like about 30 of them. I was with my girlfriend and we were in Hyde Park in London. And the one girl saw me and she came over, and people have been so nice to me whenever people have seen me. I've never had a bad experience. She came over and she was like, oh my gosh, hello. And then I heard like this kind of unfamiliar whispering, and I realised it was unfamiliar because it wasn't English. And then it got louder and closer, and like all of her friends were behind me, and I was like, whoa, hey guys. And I realised that people resonate with it a lot. I think it makes sense with places like Italy because of the mafia, and even in America, Americans have had rappers say like, yo dude, fucking awesome work. Sorry, can I swear?
No, it's okay.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about Brazil. I wasn't sure whether they would even, because the accent as well is so hard. And I know you can have subtitles, but I think I've realised now that they'll resonate with it a lot. I think, forgive me if I'm wrong. But,
no, but I think that here in Brazil, when we like a series, when we like really love something, we really love it.
Yeah, you take it on.
Yeah,
right?
It's something that we like. It resonates in our in our life and everything we do, like I have friends that love Peaky Blinders and love like wearing berets because of it. So it's a thing that Brazilians, for example, really take it to their life. So it's something we love it.
Yeah. I like it though, especially I like that people love the
aesthetics
clothes,
of it.
the clothes, the aesthetics, especially when it's done right, because it feels damn good, you know. It feels very good. It's actually, I don't know how they managed to keep their clothes clean. There's so many clothes.
It's a question.
It's like when you watch other period stuff, you know, like I don't know if I should mention them or not, but like you know, you have Bridgerton and what's that one with Mr. Darcy and My Girlfriend Will Kill Me? Pride and Prejudice. You have all these things, and it's just like they have these lovely white flowing dresses, and the floors are dirty, and all the stuff the Peaky Blinders used to get up to, all the blood, all the dirt, the gunpowder, just like standing in the rain, nothing's waterproof. I'm surprised. To be honest, I reckon they smell. Right? Gangsters probably smell back then.
Yeah.
Same as soldiers, but you would never say anything because you'd die.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, of course. And like getting in the end of our conversation, I would like to ask you a question about that connects like Peaky Blinders and Rolling Stone. I would like to ask you if Peaky Blinders, not only the family but as well you guys in the series, were a rock band, what do you think that will be? It will be.
What, the name? If we were, is that what you mean?
Yeah, or a band that it already exists that have the same energy.
Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, damn.
It's a tough one.
Well, we'd be a band. This could actually be quite funny. I haven't really thought about this, but I was watching it on the plane, and it's. Oh, actually, this might be quite perfect. Queen.
Of course.
Because Freddie Mercury came along. He had the plan. He had the talent, the most. I'm saying this very lightly. I've only watched the movie, okay? But then that kind of killed him because he got more fame, more attention, and he split up with them, as far as I'm aware. And then he realized, oh no, wait, half of my source, even though I'm really good at releasing it, him being Tommy, Freddie Mercury being Tommy, he's just a leader. We do this, we go there, but then everyone realizes, actually, you know, like, shouldn't swear, but actually, that's not cool. That's not cool. You do need us. And they all go through their own things. So maybe Queen.
No,
it's very British
answer.
as well. You know?
It's a good answer. Yeah, I liked it. And about your career as...
Sorry, I just realised Finn's that guy that like hardly anyone speaks about. Apparently in the movie there was this guy who was just very quiet in the background. I just realised that's probably Finn.
It's a lot of connections.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Sorry.
No problem. About your career, like after Peaky Blinders, is there something that you can tell us? Something that is a project that you are running right now? Something?
I'm doing a personal project very soon. I'm going to Italy with my friends. I love taking photographs. And we all fancied having sort of a holiday, but the purpose of the holiday is also to create. Less so, you know, answering emails, this, just simply phones off, laptop off, make music. Because I want to release albums, I want to make music, you know, I want to tell my story. Acting's such a beautiful way of telling a story, but you do have to put yourself through a lot of things, which I like, because you teach yourself a lot, you know. Not that you can truly experience it, but honestly, there's something there when you really enter the mind space and you're doing it over and over again, and especially on days and on sets where things are very real. I recently filmed something where my character kills himself. It's based on history, so no spoilers. As I was pretending to do it, I was like, okay, but then I brought myself to that sort of place. I'll say this quickly. I brought myself to that place, and then we used, like, obviously, you know, things aren't real. And you got blood everywhere, and you can feel it coming down your neck, and people are looking at you as if you're dead. And then, okay, cut. Oh, let me just, and you're just, you know, you're in that moment. And it's the same when I was on Peaky Blinders, and you go through fight scenes, and you're just like, oh, give me a minute. Like, I want to fight everybody right now. I do that a lot. I forgot your question.
No, my question would be like your next steps. Yeah,
so I would say just doing alternative art to acting. I don't like to spread myself too thinly, you know.
course.
I don't want to do too much at the same time. But I have a calling to things inside. I love art, I love expression. But with acting, I want to do movies. I don't have to be the lead, I just want interesting characters. I don't care necessarily for leading roles of handsome men, you know, doing cool things. I don't have to be admired like that. I want to have characters that teach me things that will hopefully teach other things.
Of course, yeah.
Others lessons. I just welcome the you know, the powers that be, the universe, should we say, to just present me with what maybe I'm meant to do. Maybe I'll write my own character one day.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
So I'm very open. So I think there's a lot to be expected. Well, let me say it like this: I expect a lot from myself in a very positive way. No pressure, but I know I want to change, you know, all the time. So let's see where it goes.
And you said you would like to release albums and a lot of music. Which music? What do you like to write? What do you like to play?
Right now I'm still figuring it out, you know. I'm still figuring out what type of music really resonates with me. I think I've found it, but it's hard, right? People say, what music do you like? It's like, well, good music is good music, but what's good to me might not be good to you, you know. But I think I'll make a lot of different types of music, but I think right now I feel like making quite sort of a mixture of sort of like ethereal, no, that's the wrong word, kind of like gentle hip hop with more poetry in the lyrics, and like I want to have music videos that have amazing visuals, and I want to try and do it. Maybe my first album is going to be quite DIY, we say, like do it myself, purposefully, so I'm forced to mess up, and then that will end up being the fabric of what makes me me as an individual, which is a life lesson I've learned. You know, if you try and copy everything, then how will you ever know what's really you? So don't build the table without the rule book, you know, just go. And then we'll see.
And trust the process.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be amazing, and if it's not, then we go again.
Okay,
you know?
I'm sure we are going to hear a lot about you in music and in acting and everything else, so I'm excited to hear about it.
Oh, I'm excited too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking with us. I'm again really excited to be talking with you, and it's really cool. So thank you very much, and I guess we will talk when you release your album.
Yes, hopefully.
Yes.
Thank you for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure being in Brazil.
And
Rolling Stones. This is so cool. This is so cool. Thank you.
Thank you.